So, yesterday I posted a blog. Um, yesterday I posted a blog and it was it was interesting because I didn't think I would post that blog, but some things kind of transpired that somewhat forced my hand, and I'm kind of glad I did. Not kind of glad, I am glad. I am grateful for my hand being forced because it's given me this opportunity. It's given me an opportunity to really see in action exactly where I'm at emotionally and mentally. Because if you'd asked, me from 5 years ago if I would have ever done that, I'd have been like, no. Hell no. Why would I do that? But I did. And, after posting the blog, there was so many different emotions that came through. And so I was processing like the fear, the anxiety, there was like a big release. And, this morning I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go sit in the park for a little bit. And actually, it was surprising because I felt good this morning when I woke up. I was like, oh, I'm okay. It's like this didn't end my world. Like, I'm okay. And then I sat with myself and did some grounding, and I was like, okay, I'm going to talk to my inner child. I want to see how she's doing after everything. And I had anticipated the response from, how are you? Are you okay? To be like, well, actually, I was like, how do you feel? And I anticipated it to be a negative response from her. And instead she said, happy. You're free. I was like, what? Really? That's wild. I did not expect that. And it kind of opened me up to the possibility that maybe my expectations as current me were holding back little inner child me from really enjoying this life. And I was thinking also, like, given that I've left that environment, and like I knew these things intellectually, like, oh, you're using a lot of your energy, your mental energy, to be on guard 24/7, even if, it's quote unquote safe because you have a place to sleep. It's wild to me because you would expect me, like, it would be understandable for me to be really concerned about my current living situations, but there's this huge sense of peace that, like, I kind of like, I did it. I left thinking, okay, this is going to bring me peace. I didn't think it would be this quick, though. I didn't think, you know, I would be able to sit with these, circumstances and actually be okay, like really, really be okay, but I am. And that's fucking shocking. It shocks me to my core to know that I'm actually okay, even though if you were to ask any other person if they would be okay in the situation I'm in, they'd be like, no, I wouldn't be okay, which is understandable. But like, that just proves to me how not okay I was in an environment that was not safe. And you really can't see it when you're in it. You really can't see it when you're in it. You really can't see it when you're in it. And I'm just like, wow, I was really holding myself back. Like really holding myself back, but I'm not anymore. And I guess I just share this because, oh man, when you do the scary thing, it's still gonna be scary, but you never know what other added bonuses you're gonna get. Like your inner child saying she's actually happy because she's free. Like what? That doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. What do you mean? But we have all these other things that, adult me, I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, we don't have this, we don't have that, we don't have this, we don't have that. And she's just like, but we're free. We're free. I'm happy because we're free. And when I first pulled up to the park, there was this fox, and it was just running around the freaking park. Nobody was chasing it. Like, it was just a fox. Just a fox. But it was like running around, and it was having fun running around by itself. I'm like, wow, it's free. It's free. So, if you're watching this, my question for you is there anywhere in your life where there's a slight possibility you could be holding yourself back out of fear of the unknown? And if there is, maybe, and I'm not saying take any drastic actions. For me, this was like decades in the making. But if there's any place in your life where you're unhappy, you know in your soul, in your heart, it's not for you. Can you map it out in your mind of how you could possibly be holding yourself back? Like, if you were to take that action, if you were to make that choice, could it possibly turn out better for you? Oh, hello. Hi, Kenneth. Make believe in trusting people's words for me. I'm kind of done with that. Oh, trusting people's words. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, people, in my experience, a lot of the time it's been people will say something, depending on what it is, from their own perspective, their own lens. And that lens doesn't always reflect the truth. Do you want to go into any further detail, Kenneth? Is that okay? Or I don't want to put you on the spot, so if that's not okay, that's okay. I do get it. I do get it. People's words, because that's the other thing. It's like people can say one thing and then do another. And at least in my experience, when I've noticed that pattern, I then, once I've noticed that people's, do you like, why can't you, why can't you be like everybody else? People say that to you. Squirrel. Like if people are saying that to you, Kenneth, I was just about to get into how like it's most likely a projection. That they'll pay me. They make promises that they'll pay you. Right. So that's where it gets tricky, right? Well, at least now you know not to lend money to people, if that's what this is about. And you know then that that person is not somebody, or those people are not people that you want to continue entertaining in your life. If this is a repetitive situation, and if you've, because part of the thing too about how people treat us is how we allow them to treat us. And so if we allow people to continuously say, I'm going to pay you back, I'll pay you back, I'll pay you back, they're going to keep doing that thing until you set that boundary of like, okay, regardless of whatever excuses or whatever reasons or, you know, context you give me, the fact of the matter is you have not paid me back. And so like when it comes to how people treat us, Kenneth, um, we have to teach them how to treat us. You asked like how you're supposed to understand it. We have to ask. We have to ask questions, and this is a process. Like I'm sure it sounds like you're frustrated. Um, Understandably. Oh, doing work for people and not getting paid for it. Okay. Well, that's hmm, that's fucked up. Are you like an independent contractor? Like are you a business owner? Right. Um I think, I mean, like, obviously, I don't know you very well, Kenneth. I don't know you at all, really. But based off of everything that you've said so far, I feel like if I were in your shoes, I would kind of take an inventory of the people I work with and the people I surround myself with, and like readjust accordingly. I know it's upsetting. I know it's not fair, you know, to do work for people and then not get paid for it. That's unjust. Maybe a way to look at it would be to reframe it of like, okay, what about how I show up is allowing these people to think they can do this to me? We really do teach people how to treat us, Kenneth. Like, we really do. Hi, Princess Tarot. Um, so Kenneth, I don't understand what you mean by it shouldn't work so fast. So for everybody who's just joining, Kenneth was just talking to me about people not paying him for the work he's doing. And I was just sharing my perspective that we do teach people how to treat us. And that goes for all parts of our life. So in business, if the people that you take on as clients, because Kenneth just said he's self-employed, the people that we take on as clients, they look to us to see how we accept them to show up. So maybe that's a point of reflection, Kenneth. Hi, Vizurixa. Well, I mean, we can have a little bit of compassion. Because, you know, not everybody experiences life like we do, as in, like, our perspective. So for Kenneth's perspective, I can see how this could be very important and very serious because, you know, it's his fucking livelihood. It's his money. Doing work and not getting paid for it, that's incredibly unjust. My point in saying that we teach people how to treat us isn't to bring any shame or guilt. It's more like awareness of, okay, they treated me how they treated me, and that's okay. But going forward, I'm not going to allow that treatment. Yes, it is stealing. Exactly. Yes. You could switch that around as well, Kenneth. Vizurixa said to get paid up front. Right. But being the nice person, being nice and kind aren't the same thing. Being nice is like, I'm going to act a certain way that's deemed nice so that I can receive nice treatment. But if you're going to come at your business with being nice, it's not going to work. Yeah, because it's not, you know, it's not coming from a place of empowerment. Right, right. Hi, Mr. Unknown Edits. I am in New Jersey. Oh, you're saying people are complaining about how you get your work done? Well, if they came to you to get a service, it's up to you to deliver that service. And it's also up to them to no longer utilize your services if they don't agree with how you do it. That's the stance I would take. Allow them to complain and get paid up front. Allow them to complain and get paid up front. And if possible, maybe there is a way where self-awareness can come into play with that of like, well, am I sticking to the way that I'm doing things out of ego, or does it actually work? I I think Viserixa, uh, that yes, that would I mean, that's funny. Um, Kenneth, you said a lot of yard work. Okay. Okay. If it's a physical labor thing, um, to really be competitive though in that arena, you kind of have to take a look at efficiency, which it looks like that's what you're doing. Oh, no. See, that's not cool. No, no, no. You never. So, Kenneth, going forward, like Vezerixa said, you get paid up front from now on, okay? Because they're clearly taking advantage. Like, based off what you're saying, and now I can only go off what you're saying. I don't know, like, the other people's side of it, but based off what you're saying, yeah, yeah, you got to get paid up front. There's no more of this. No more of this. No, no, no. Because what about you, Ken? Like, yeah, they don't have the money to pay their bills, but what about you? This is your business. Your business is not someplace where you can really allow this leeway. Yeah, or at least half up front. Exactly. Do you have repeat customers, Kenneth? Well, no, but like that, see, that's what I was talking about before, Kenneth, about teaching people how to treat us. How, like, let them have an attitude. Stand up for yourself. Let them have an attitude. That says more about them. They're just upset that you're calling them out on their taking advantage of you. Let them have an attitude and don't work with them again. That's the other thing too. Once you see how people treat you, do not entertain it when they treat you like poorly. Right. Um yeah, yeah. And I mean that's like it kind of shows the people that you're working with then, doesn't it? When you set that boundary of like, and that's such a, it's not even, I don't even know that I would call that a boundary. That's like basics. That's, you do work, you get paid for that work. Like, aha, okay. Well, all right. So, are you doing residential areas, Kenneth? Oh my God. Vezerixa, you're funny. Um, it was, Kenneth, I think it was kind of a joke. It was kind of a joke. But if you're doing residential areas and you're working with people, that's part of also being a business owner is accommodating. Like, yes, I'm not saying change up everything that you do for people who don't pay you. I'm just saying there's a balance that needs to be maintained because you are working with people, and when you work with people, you've got to be ready to interact with them and to to work with them. Because it is, if you're working at a residential property, like it is their property, you do need to maintain at least a little bit of, I don't know exactly what happened, but like if you're cutting branches and then you leave those branches there for a day, yeah, I wouldn't like that, especially if I had kids or animals. But, oh, we're getting off track here, people. You get a dog. Oh my gosh. Yep, you could do that. You could get a dog to crap on people's yards if they don't pay you. Oh, goodness. So, Ken, I think the main takeaway for you from what I'm getting is there needs to be a bit of a balance of the clients that you're accepting. Like Vezerixa said, don't pay them. I mean, don't do the work up front. I mean, don't get paid up front, or at least get paid half up front, then do the work, then get paid the rest. Yeah, that seems like also there's a bit of like a mindset thing where you're like, oh, but if they don't have the money to pay me, it's almost like you're giving them an okay, like. And I say that because if you're going into this situation thinking that it's your responsibility to believe when they tell you they can't pay you, when people get a service, when people go to a business for a service, it's not your responsibility whether or not they can pay you. They approached you for a service, right? So then it is their responsibility to pay for that service. I don't understand what you mean. Do I get mad? Right, there's that too. There's definitely, I'm sure there's laws around it. Right. Well, so here's the thing. When it comes to businesses, you can't. That's not, in my opinion, that's not a way to create a successful business. You're going to want to keep that attitude to yourself. There's a difference between showing attitude and setting boundaries, Ken. But it was nice talking with everybody. I appreciate your spending time with me. But my battery is going to die, so I'm going to have to call it. Why did it hold that? I didn't do that, by the way. No, it's not that. It's my battery is literally dying. Like I don't have battery, and I want to make sure to save this. But I will I'll try to come on live more often. I just came on to kind of give an update about the blog that I wrote yesterday. And how I'm doing with that. So I appreciate you for spending time with me, and I hope you have a very, very, very good day. Bye.